After a fantastic qualifying yesterday, it's finally time for the race here at one of the most exciting. Based in the Ardennes countryside, Spa hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925. This historic track is loved by our drivers and fans alike. So it's a warm welcome from the Belgium Grand Prix. Spa-Francorchamps then, a historic 19-corner circuit with a lap distance of 4.35 miles. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, and with long stretches of the lap spent flat out, a good top speed will be vital for success.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to Southern Cross Racing. I'm your host, Simi Skate. Well, with me is the usual man, but he's doing fatherly duties as usual, of course. I speak of none other than Housey, just waiting on Doolsey to get his, PlayStation all sorted out and come back into the lobby. But, on that note, we've got Mr. Fury Strat in the chat, and there he is there, of course, Mr. Housey. But yes, Fury keen for Belgium, and it's probably a good segue while we're all sitting here waiting for Mr. Doolsey to get his backside back into the lobby. Of course, real life came calling. Mr. Fury Strat got a few things going on in the background. This will be his last race with us, unfortunately. I think he's hanging up the gloves for a little bit, and just got to get, obviously, the real stuff sorted. And another big point out. Thank you, Fury. He's all over it today. Yes, he absolutely is. Many years ago, many seasons ago, Fury, of course. Yes, well, seasons gone past, leagues gone by, and, the banana bender things he thought tonight. And, of course, yes, many moons ago, he was a teammate with another Queenslander, of course. I do apologise, Fury, giving that up a little bit, but there you go, another banana bender. I speak of old footy bender, of course, and they were teammates in Team Renault when they were the black and yellow car, and it just works so perfectly, of course, yes, being the banana benders. But we do wish Fury all the best, of course, and just hanging up the gloves temporarily, and absolutely. Just give me a second while I get these boys all sorted. I'll be with you in just a moment. Okay, the message has gone out for them to ready up, of course, as you can see on screen. And, the Kraken must have followed just as we got off air, so we'll put this up for him, of course. And there he is, of course. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated your follow. There he is, the Kraken. And that's a brilliant name. Absolutely brilliant. Well, I'll tell you what, it looks a peach of a day in Spa, of course, in Belgium. And I'll tell you what, don't want no rain here. No, thank you. There's only one guy we do talk about quite often that wants rain, and that is Blue Dog. Bit of a wet guru is the lad, but any other time, well, I think it's only him that prays for it, to be fair. But I think all the boys want a dry one for this one, of course. Had a couple of tricky tracks of the lads the last couple of rounds, of course. Last week out was at Suzuka, of course. The time before that was at the Netherlands. So, two very quick, twisty kind of tracks that, if you get it wrong, you get it absolutely wrong. So we are here at Belgium. Plenty of space around here, of course. It's one of the temples of speed. Not the original, of course. That is Monza. But yes, one of the temples here, of course. And, looking forward to getting getting this one underway. And yeah, another big shout out. I'm going to do it quite regularly. Fury will jump in the box at the end of the race, say his farewells, of course. And why not? He's been he's been by my side for quite a number of years. And when he dropped that news on me, it was sad to see, to hear that news. But of course, we all understand real life is more important. And we wish you all the very best, Mr. Fury Strat, of course. He's, I'll tell you what, the team man of the league, if I should say so, because it's absolutely spot on. His team camaraderie is second to none, and going to be missed. Absolutely going to be missed. But I'm sure he wants a good result here, and if anyone can do it, Fury can, of course. And looking for an aggressive Strat, and I do hear some rumblings in the background. That must be Housey. How are you, mate?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and yes, welcome along here to Southern Cross Racing at the magnificent Spa-Francorchamps.
Oh, I've got no game sound, Housey. No game sound. Let me just fix that one up. And then my thingo gets allowed. Oh Jesus, how good is it? Give me 1 second, mate. I'll leave it with you.
All good. I'm just going to see if I have. Yeah. Let me turn it back down now. It's all good. Right, so let me get my stuff up on the display so I can see what is going on. So yeah, as Skater said, I think I just caught him saying, beautiful weather at the moment, which is what we want to see, although I do like a little bit of rain just to spice things up a little bit. Cars now getting out onto track. So who was the first to blink? It was one of the V's, I think. That would have been, was it? Must have been Burke, was it? Or Brad? No, it was Burke. So Burke, the furthest along, he will be the first one to set or to start of added lap time. We've got 3 Maseratis on the track as well at the moment. 2 teammates of Burke as well, also out on track. 3 Takabels, last Maserati has just come out on track. So the boys getting out relatively early here. Obviously short qualifying session. Plenty of time still. But we're on board with work. Let's take us through this lap then. Start finish straight then. Down into the source. Right hander of turn 1. Braking critical. A couple of different ways going. A little bit tighter or a little bit wider. Flying down. Then through on Rouge and Radion. Obviously, has a little bit of a kick there, does Burke, but he keeps hold of the car through the top of Radion there. Obviously a danger point for this track, especially in wet conditions. Down the Camel straight then, Black Chat, hard braking into turn 5, and then the left-hander of 6, Lecombs, gonna go right here, traction critical here, takes it nicely, does Burke. It's looking not too bad as an opener, down through 8 then, into 9. Flat on the gas again. Down into turn 10 and 11 of Pouon. We're going to head towards 12. Track limits key there on the outside. Get your line nice for this right-hander. Set yourself up for the next couple of corners. Get it wrong and you'll only lose the speed all the way through. Again, track limits critical on the exit there. Down into turn 14 and 15 then. Start. Going to go Flat Chat again now. All the way to the bus stop, the old bus stop chicane as it used to be called. Through Blanchimont. And down to the hairpin, the old bus stop hairpin here. 18 and 19 to close the lap. Takes a little bit of a flick left, a little bit of the Heimlich flick there for Burke. A little bit left before going right. It's a nice clean exit though. So Burke gets us underway with a 1:44.096. Not too bad. Opening for the lad.
Not too bad at all there, Housey. Absolutely stunning, mate. Great to hear your voice back in the comms box too, by the way, mate. And yes, there's every second week for Housey, of course, these days. Might be maybe a few more in a row. We'll wait and see. But yes, of course, with the Kraken here, Housey, he will be next across this line. And, Kraken has got some speed around here. Let's just see what he's got. He's a 1:43.4, if you don't mind, mate, and gets himself underway as well, buddy.
Very good. One of the KTM's about to take the line. I think it's Matty. Oh, is he just starting? No, he's just starting today. I'll tell you who has just gone purple in the middle the first sector is our Blue Dog.
Well, let's just flick down
Just
to
like
blue.
this track.
He does like this track. He did talk about it a bit early doors, but there's a few in front of him there, mate. There's just got
Yeah,
a
T-Max on one.
T-Mac on one. We'll flick to T-Mac, of course. His teammate, of course,
Yep,
a Group 3 driver, doing great things, Housey, this season. And great to see his progress. It has been unbelievable to watch. And yeah, he's doing really, really good things. He's on a lap at the moment, mate. Yes, absolutely burning ERS. And let's just see what he's got. The Group 3 Taco Bell driver here. And tell you what, that's another segue too, Housey. A bit of a change in the Constructors' Championship as well there, my friend.
Yep, indeed. Taco taking the lead this week then. It's a footy bender behind T-Mac. He'll be quick across the line. And it's Dino. Tracking Dino at the moment. And the KTM behind him. Dino then, let's see what Dino can do. Pops up into 5th. Normally a very good qualification for Dino. We know he's got the pace. Great finish last week for him as well. So nice to see. BCP is going to be next, I do believe.
I think he's invalidated there, Housey, so it will be Blue Dog
Has
for
he?
a valid
Oh, he has,
lap.
yeah.
And Blue Dog crosses the line right about now. It's a 1 minute 44.5, mate. P8 for now, like I said, plenty of time under the belt to still go here, buddy. And at the moment, it is yellow time, our famous yellow time. We absolutely...
Bopton just across the line there. Sets a 1:44.3. So 8th place for Bopton. Try and pick up who's next. Oh, one of the V cars, was it? It was Brad Tay, it was, but he's boxing it.
Yeah, I think those two Vs are going into the pits. The next V to cross the line will be JC, of course. There is a Taco in front, but yeah, I think he's made a bit of a blue and he'll be going into the pit lane as well. So I think it might be Millie just invalidated oh no, he's in the pit lane, excuse me, it might be Blue Dog. And there you go. So yes, your guy JC will be next here, mate. He's on a run at the moment, and well, I'll tell you what, he needs a good result. He wants a good result as a lad. He's doing good things, of course. Just had a bit of misfortune during his race, and there you go. Make a liar out of me. Puts it in the pit lane, mate.
You're obviously going to be doing that. Except they're opening laps. We're still waiting for laps from Fury. Fury's out there somewhere, I do know that.
Yeah, he is, mate. He's well, the old bus stop is where he's at, and he's about to set his first flying lap of this session. Still plenty of time. 10.5 minutes remaining, folks. He's about to take the line. What's Fury go? That's better. 1:43.6 from Fury, and throws himself up in a P6 for now, Housey. We'll flick down to Scotty, because Scotty is, well, starting his lap, of course. He's at the top of the hill, mate. About to flick that rear wing wide open. He has got a bit of a KTM in front of him. It's not going to get too much of a bit of a slipstream, so we'll stick with Scotty. Yet to set a lap, and Johnny M4, I do think that's ahead of him. He's just purpled the first sector, has Scotty, buddy.
Just keep half an eye in case Bopton was going again. He's not. Matty Ross is on a lap as well. He's a bit down, so maybe going to be coming in, but I'm sure he's got a little bit of time to find. Those KTMs at the moment, or 3 of them, sat 14th, 15th and 16th respectively at the moment.
Yeah, well, Johnny M4 was absolutely on one. I think he's gone a bit deep. He's gone a bit deep, House. He compromised his line. And yeah, no, he'll be throwing that in the pit lane, I reckon. 2.8 seconds slower. So we'll stick with Scotty, mate. Now he's going, well, this is a very tricky call. It's so good once you hook this bit up. But of course, I'll tell you what, mate, Scotty is on one here, buddy. We're going to stay with this. Where is Macedonian? Is he ahead of him?
Just in front of him, yeah, he's just in front of him.
Oh, he's lost it.
Watch out. Ooh, that might have hampered Scotty, I'm not sure.
Well, Scotty just did purple the second sector there, mate, of course, yes. But it's only 2 above, 2 below when you don't set a time. Who knows? But let's just see what Scotty's got, of course. Doing great things. The Mr. Inconspicuous just goes about his business, doesn't he? Gets the job done. Yes, he's going to complete the lap, mate. Let's just see what he's got. Scotty, what's he got? He's about to cross the line now, buddy, with a 1 minute 44.400. P10 for now, mate.
Yep. Macedonia in the chat saying there is no forecast rain for this session, so it looks like the boys are going to get it dry all the way through. Obviously will please the most. Just guys on outlaps here at the moment. Quite a few of them.
Yeah, Dirty Orange is starting his lap right about now, Housey. Toyota Gazoo Racing, that's the livery, of course. I tried to put something up. It was a bit rushed, of course, at the start of the stream. If you did catch that, that is the liveries, that is the teams. And, well, there you go. Tried to give you guys at home a bit of a display, a bit of a reference point. And, well, we will talk about them anyway, regardless, of course. But, yes, Dirty Orange, a Group 4 driver. Recently, he's on a new rig, Housey. He's on a new rig. And, yes, Fury, it's a bit of a celebration, of course. Make sure it is safe to do so. I'll allow that just for you, buddy. Ooh. Of course. And, well, of course, this being your last race with us, Fury. Sad to see you go, but real life gets in the way, and it certainly does. And all credit to you, mate. Hope everything works out. Hope you tackle what you do, and all the success to you, mate. But yes, of course you can. And we'll see you for a bit of a brief interview after the race. It doesn't matter where the result is. And I think Fury's pretty happy with that, Housey.
Yep, just Dirty O then. Taking a bit of understeer through the turns 5, 6 and 7 complex, just cost him a bit of time, so I'm sure he's not going to be completely happy with this lap. But again, they're just missing the apex very slightly, so maybe a few little setup tweaks that need to happen for Dirty O, or just waiting for those tyre pressures maybe to come up a little bit perhaps. Still got 7 minutes left of this session, so plenty of time for the lads here.
To be honest with you, Housey, I think it's just regarding the rigs. He's just got himself up, finished building his man cave, and he's just got his rig, a brand new rig, all set up, new equipment and everything. So I think this is his first time competitively using it. And I'm going to give him a bit of a chop out neck, well, during the week this week for setup, of course, and just to see how he's travelling, of course. But yes, new rig, new pedals, new absolutely everything. And his first time is a 147.2, mate. P17, and he's just going to get some continuity with his new gear, of course, this race. And he did say, well, he's looking forward to it, as they all are. But he was always worried about where he's going to finish. And, well, at the end of the day, Housey, you know this as well as I do. It does not matter. When you get your new equipment, of course, you just absolutely flog the hell out of it and use it absolutely to excess, just so you get used to it and understand the all the settings.
Oh, I'll tell you what, sorry to cut you off. We have got issues on this lap. Milligane's spinning on this lap. Verk having an issue. Duel's just having an issue too. And Noob having an issue. He's just come in, hasn't he? He was on a lap, trust me. He was on a lap. He messed it up, so a few guys messing this lap.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, JC's on one here, mate. We're staying with this one because JC's well out of position. Yet to set a time. Purple to second sector, of course. Take that as you will, folks. But yes, let's just see how JC goes, of course, on that back straight. Well, they call that a corner. That is the reason why DRS is not on this, well, the back straight, of course. And just because of that little kink just after, well, the middle part of the back straight, of course. And, well, here he comes. JC, what's he got in the kitty house? He needs a good time. He sets a 144.0. I'll tell you what. P7 for that man, and well, he'll be punching the air at the moment. Dino has invalidated. He was next, but let's just flick Tommaso. He's 18 seconds slower, so he's just getting another one underway.
Dirty O, I think. Dirty O, I think, going again here.
Yeah, you're right, mate.
For the second lap. Just going back to what you were saying about Dirty O, yeah, it doesn't matter where you finish. Oh,
nah.
He's going to box it. It doesn't matter where you finish at the end of the day. It's the taking part that counts. Obviously, we all want to win. As drivers, we all want to win. But at the end of the day, if you're using a wheel and pedals, then you're already a winner in my book.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And, well, we've got a bit of time here, Housey. Let's just go through some track stats, of course. Yes, first Grand Prix around here was in 1950. Of course, there's been plenty of renditions around this track. But the lap circuit is, the circuit length, excuse me, is 7.004 kilometres. The lap record is held by Valtteri Bottas with a 1 minute 46.286 in 2018. And the fastest lap is a 1 minute 44.252 in qualifying 3 in 2020, set by Lewis Hamilton. The maximum speeds around here, Housey, about 320 kph or 198.5 mile per hour. The distance from the grid to turn 1, and there's Brad Tay. Just a bit of an excursion there, Housey, as he gets himself all sorted off. To somebody else. Who else is out there on a lap? Johnny M4 certainly is. We'll stay with Johnny. And yeah, the distance from turn 1 to the, well, grid 1, P1 on the grid to turn 1 is 271 metres. You're at full throttle for 70% of the lap around here. The longest flat out section is just a tick over 2Ks at 2,015 metres. The 42 gear changes per lap around here, believe it or not, Housey. In full race conditions, you're going to burn about 2.39 kilos of fuel per lap. And for every extra lap of fuel you will carry, it's going to cost you about 1/10 of a second, of course, Housey. The strategy around here, of course, well, depending on how good you are with tyres, but a hard medium does do it. And I have seen hard softs go the distance as well. So it all depends on how these boys are travelling with their tyres, of course. They do tend to get hot around here. And, well, you tend to burn out those rears, but it is all setup related, of course. Well, there you go. The original pre-war.
Oh, Macedonia's crashed.
Well, he's out. He certainly is out there, Housey. And there you go at the top of the hill. Well, that's going to cop, well, as usual here at Spa. Of course, it does catch a few out. And there you go, Macedonian. Lucky that's in qualifying because he would have been kicking himself if that was the race there, Housey. But yes, the pre-war circuit around here was from 1921 to 1938. The length of this circuit was 14.982 kilometres or 9.3 miles. That's unbelievably long. And then over the years, it progressively got shorter. Between 39 and 78, 14.1 k's or 8.7 miles. The Grand Prix circuit from 79 to 80, the length was 6.9 k's or 4.3 miles. The Grand Prix circuit from 81 to 93 was, 6.9 kilometres, 4.3 miles. So just a little bit over. There's a couple of extra digits there, but there's nothing to get excited about. And the current circuit is just a tick over the last one at, well, 7,000. Race track distance. That was a mouthful.
It was a mouthful. We got it out. We got it out. Bopton's on a lap. I think he's furthest along, mate. I think he's a little bit ahead of. Yeah, he is. So 1 minute 44 to go. Probably just about last laps coming up. Then lap or two for these guys. There's a lot of people struggling though, I have noticed. There's a lot of people making a few mistakes. Obviously, look, it's qualifying. This is the time to do it. Of course, rather than the race, but
exactly
just
right, mate.
people struggling a little bit with traction.
Well, just have a look at that track map. Look how busy it is. So, well, Macedonian in chat, not happy with his setup. So, well, there you go. If it's not the bloody game and the game or the PlayStation deleting his data, it's the setup. But here comes Bopton. Of course, had a great race last week. 144.1. P10 for now, Housey. P10 for now.
Millie's about to go faster, I think, than his current time. He does.
He's in the 42s with the 42.936. And absolutely, Housey, that is P1, of course. And we have got Brad Tay. He's just slightly up. Well, what's he done? Oh, he's just beat it with a 45.045.
His teammate JC about to take the line as well, followed by Fury. Kraken's, oh, it's not a great exit for Kraken. Kraken's going to be good again.
Well, we'll stay with Banana Cake Pie because he's just coming through the chicane now. Well, that time says 9 minutes. I don't know if I believe that. It's been doing that a few weeks in a row.
Yeah.
He crosses the line. What is it? A 144.3. And must have been an invalidation. So there we go. Let's have a flick to Tom. And he's up.
There we go.
There you go, Housey. A 42.7, if you don't mind. Throws himself up in a provisional pole. There's a little bit of time to go. So Blue Dog there in P12. Dino crosses the line. Well, he's not going to improve there. He's going again, Housey. Just turned on his ERS. Who is next, brother? There is a, Maserati out there on track. And that must be Bender. It certainly is Bender. He's already completed qualifying. So we'll flip to Scotty.
Bopton having an issue. Possibly just putting Scotty off. Scotty's not having a good time. There's a couple of people spinning in front of him.
Definitely slower. Well, it looks very much slower going by that second sector time there, Housey. So, well,
I don't know if he had to lift and caught it late.
Yeah, I think
but
it's,
he was up.
He's going in the
he was up in the first half.
So he won't be completing that. That is definitely slower. Johnny M4 is definitely slower. Who else is out there? We've got Bopton on a lap. They're all slower. They're all slower on their last run. And that is not what they want. Even Dirty Orange in the second sector. After the first sector, he was 1 second slower.
Your guy's close. Your guy's close. He's just coming to the bus stop now. Your guy, he's just under a tenth.
He's just invalidated.
Oh.
He's just invalidated, and that's it, Housey. I don't think we're going to get any more improvements in this session whatsoever. Got Kraken out there. He's definitely slower. Yeah.
Dawes is going.
Or
Dawes is going to take the line.
I tell you what, it could be Newbie. Newbie's out there. Oh, Dawes has gone quicker, excuse me, with a 43.0, but Noob is next. Noob is next. And what's he got? What's he got, Housey? Is he in the 42s? He is, a 42.9. P3 from the man. And, well, there you go. That's better from him. Better from him, of course. Had a shocking issue last week. Just trying to get back into the lobby, but he's back. Back with a bang. P7 from Banana. And good to see him back where he belongs.
Dino's about to take the line. Can he improve? He does.
Dino.
Jumps himself up to 6th.
Dino's got some great... That's awesome, Dino. Keep it up, buddy. Of course, Dino took his first allotted points out, as he, of course, last week and got himself off that horrible number. And, yes, absolutely brilliant stuff from him.
Yep, nice to see. For sure. I don't know if Noob is Noob. No, Noob's got to be. That's got to be. Yeah, Noob's done.
I dare say
I think
that's
it,
mate.
Just comes. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, absolutely.
So.
That's it, mate. That is absolutely
Yep.
done.
So another pole position for Tom then.
Well, let's just give him his just desserts. Let me just see if this is all working properly. We'll get... This is for you, Tommy.
Yes, it's pole position. Yes.
There you go, another pole for Tom. And where is Fury on track? Where is Fury?
He's validated.
And there, he's waiting for everyone to get out of his way, of course. And of course, this being his last Grand Prix. Well, I mean, last Grand Prix, the champ usually does some donuts, but Fury has been a staple here, of course. And well, he's going to do a little bit of a send-off donut for himself, for his fans, for us, for himself. And yeah, rightly so, Housey, rightly so.
Yep, I didn't know whether he meant the end of this session.
Did you mean this session?
It's going to be the end of the race.
Hang on
Yeah,
a second.
I reckon he meant the end of the race, personally.
End of the session?
What was-
I don't know, maybe the race.
I think he meant the end of the whole session.
Okay, there you go. Well, there you go. Tom taking pole. And Milligan's not too far behind. A Noob in P3, of course. Lad loves the podium, Housey. Last week was his first time not on the podium, believe it or not. Dulcie there in P4, of course. And Fury, there he is there, Mr. P5, doing his thing. Dino, great qualifying yet again. Kraken up there as well, showing his stuff, which is great to see, of course, on your Kraken. And Banana Cake Pie, P8. JC in the top 10. Verky, there he is there with a DNF, and Bopton will slot up into P10, I do believe, Housey. Scotty, Blue Dog, Old Footy Bender, Johnny M4, T-Mac, Brad Tay, Dirty Orange, Macedonian, and Matty Ross finish out this. He had no Fury. Oh, Fury. Oh, well, that's all right, mate. You'll get your time in the sun in the comments box, of course, and he'll see you after the race, mate. But, well, there you go, Housey. There you go. It's all happening.
Excuse me, yes. Slightly misplanned there, perhaps. But we'll get over into race day then. Check the weather, yep. Sunshine. So we let these boys just sort out their race prep for the distance.
Well, I mean, look at that from Fury. He said he had no fuel he did too much circle work too early, and well, I mean, he knew he was going to do it, but you know what was more important to him? The lap. So he's gone out on the bare margin, and he's not enough in there to give him the camera time, but maybe we'll see how that one pans out. But there you go, just waiting for this final load in. Housey, get this formation underway, and we'll get this one started.
Indeed, we'll run through the tyres and the starting order for sure as the boys leave the line on their formation lap.
Interesting to see which way they go, of course. All different strats, but we'll bring them up right about now. And there you go, a mixed bag out.
Yep, indeed. As normally is the case.
Yes.
Normally.
Well, so we'll go through the order here, mate. Tom on top. There he is. He likes it up there, doesn't he? He loves it, of course, on the medium. The top 7 on the medium compound. Milligan's in P2, just shadowing him, of course, as Scotty. And who else is that? Bopton. Well, must have touched or something. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but they will be reset to the grid, of course. We'll see them at the start. I'm a Noob in P3. Just warming up those mediums. All the top 7 have opted that mediums, as I did say, trying to maximise a good launch here. It'll be interesting to see which way they all go, and it'll be all about the raw speed. Housey Dulzy in P4. Great to see him, the Maserati driver, up there in P4, of course. Mr. Fury Strat, well, his last race out with us. Last race for quite some time, of course. Got real things happening in the background. Wish you all the very best, Fury. Dino out there in P6. Had a great result last week. Dino, on you, mate. On you, buddy. Couldn't be more proud of you getting that job done last week, of course. And let's just see how you go this week, as Kraken is shadowing Dino in P7, the Taco Bell driver, of course. One of the new kids on the block. The Kraken making a return here, Housey.
Yep, interesting to see how he gets on today.
Absolutely, mate. Banana Cake Pie, as you call him, BCP in P8 on the hard compound, Housey. JC as well on the hard compound, and Verk. Of course, Verk's got some great turn of pace. He's in P10 on the hard compound. Bopton and Scotty reset to the grid on the mediums. Blue Dog, there he is there. Loves a bit of precipitation around any track, does the Blue Dog. Unfortunately, his wish hasn't come true today. But yes, on the medium in P13. Bender in P14. There he is there, just putting the work into those mediums. Looking for a good launch down there is the Bender on the medium compound. And Johnny M4 will try to follow suit, of course. T-Mac, there he is there on the hard compound, Housey. Down, all the way down there. Oh, I tell you what, he's off the line. The hards are tough, aren't they? Absolutely. So Brad Tay in P17, not too far from his old mate Blue Dog, and opted to go the hard compound. Then the rest of them from P18, Dirty Orange on the medium. Macedonian well out of position, but you can never write this man off on the medium. And of course, Matty Ross Watson rounds out the P20 spot on the grid.
Yep.
I've had no game sound this whole session. I don't know what's going on.
Just waiting then, Matty taking his pit box. AI's having a little bit of a doozy here.
Well, there you go. I think they finally got there, and well, let's just see. We've got 4 lights, Housey. We've got 5 lights. They usually hold, but have they? Yes, they have. And we're away here at Spa. And I'll tell you what, Tommy's bogged down. Tommy's bogged down. Newbie goes by him. Dulzy goes by him. And have a look at that. Oh, I'll tell you what, Tommy down into P4. And he's not going to be happy with that start, Housey. But so far, oh, there's a Toyota Gazoo in the background. That was Scotty. That was Scotty getting on the sausage curb, mate. Well down the order.
Yep. Just keeping an eye on the back. Looks relatively clean, to be honest with you. A few bogs, as you said. But I think Brad Tay's lost out a little bit. Masso not having the best of starts down the back either, but I think it's relatively clean. Not seeing too much damage.
Oh, I tell you what, nose to stern going through there, Housey, and I'll tell you, it looks fantastic. Oh, I thought we were going to get a helicam shot. Absolutely not. How dare they, of course. And your guy, JC, a slight lock-up. He's gone wide. His teammate's on the inside of him, Verk, but no, Verk just relinquishes that, knowing it's his teammate. And Dino already, whack, 3 seconds, Housey.
Yeah, not the ideal start, for sure. Oh, Masso's round at the back. So Masso real struggling on this opening lap, whereas Miller Gaines, he's got his foot down, he's got the pedal to the metal. He's got the need for speed.
Absolutely, Housey. Well, I'll tell you what, this is what he wants, this is what he needs, of course. And he's just going about his business ever so nicely on this opening lap. Macedonian not happy with his setup. He's beached. Oh, he's beached. Masso, you can reset to track, mate. If you're beached, reset.
He's disqualified.
Oh, you'll be disqualified. Oh, shit. He's done. Masso's out. Masso is out, beached, and that is the beauty about these cars. Oh, Housey, that is so unfortunate.
Yep, just looking at Bopton, having a look on the outside. Whoa, Bopton! Where's he going? Gee whiz, that was...
He's going to have to watch this. He's going to have to watch this re-entry because he's come in where the apex is and he's done the right thing. He waited for everyone to get by. Appreciate that, Bopton. That would have been painful, but you did the right thing. Good on you, mate. As we'll flick back up to the top here, mate, because Tom is all over Dino. I tell you what, he's got to get it done soon because Millie is scampering off into the distance. And have a look at this. Tommy's just going to send it and spend it. Dino stays to the right side of the track. The defensive line, if you will, Housey. And here goes Tom up into P3. Look at Noob, already pulled 1.1 seconds. He's caught right up the back of Millie. Have a look at this lad. All over Millie. And, well, this race is long from yet over, of course. Only lap 2, Housey. But I'll tell you what, they're all sort of sizing each other up at the moment.
Yeah, the Maseratis of Duels and BCP having a good battle as well with Fury and Kraken. 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. A little bit of Robbins racing Harry from Kraken on the back of one of the Maseratis up into turn 5, but they just about get away with it. Kraken come out a little bit worse, but he's still on it. Blue Dog with a good start up in 9th, and let's see who's made the most spots. Matty Watson.
It is a
Up
mouthful,
8
isn't it? It is a mouthful.
Yeah, I sounded like Jonathan Watson.
I was doing the same
Jeez.
last week, of course, and well, I just went with Matty in the end because the tongue got all tied. But Blue Dog up 4 spots there, Housey. Matty Ross up 8. Great to see, Matty.
Brilliant
Keep sending it,
start,
absolutely. And T-Mac up 5, doing what T-Mac does. And good to see as well, of course. The biggest losers of the Grand Prix, unfortunately, is Bobton. Whoa! That was bloody close. And a nice pirouette, just getting off track. Burke will come through now. And no harm, no foul. I tell you what, his heart would have been in his mouth. And Dirty just getting used to the new rig, of course. Dulzy, oh, he's going to make a move on Dino. He's going late on the brakes. Around the outside, Housey. I don't think so. He's going to go for a switcheroo. And there it is. There he should have it done. Oh, Dino's not giving an inch.
Drive. He's got great drive. He's just about got it done yet. No challenge for that one. I'll tell you, Fury was on the move as well the last lap. Looking like he's got some early paces. Fury, expect to see him challenging BCP on this lap.
Yeah, absolutely.
The lap afterward.
Well, he's
Got
hunting
the
him,
DRS.
He's absolutely hunting him.
Here we go. I think it's going to be a little bit too late. It's like Dino and Duels again. Dino having a look at Duels. Duels putting his car in the right position, up ahead.
Absolutely is. He's making that Maserati extremely wide there, Housey. Putting it in all those spots that Dino doesn't want it. Dino's just biding his time, mate. Absolutely is. As I'll flick back to the tyres there for everybody at home, and look at that. Banana Cake Pie starting to creep up on the hards and holding his own, if you do say Housey. He's got Mr. Fury Strat right behind him, mate.
Yep, as I said, Fury is on the hunt. We'll be aware of that tyre difference and wanting to get that done as soon as possible. So gaps, Bopton's probably the closest gap. He's just closing in on the back of your guy and Matty. So this could be a little battle.
Well, your guy JC got some great speed. Matty's just he's struggling through those S's a little bit. Got his line, a bit of a tank slapper as well, Housey. So JC would want a good exit here. Just make sure he's right close and see if you can get this job done on the back straight. If not, there is a DRS zone approaching, of course, in the middle of Sector 1. And that would probably be his best bet.
Yeah, Fury then just got Banana Cake Pie, BCP, down on that back straight. Tom looking closer to Noob as well now as they start lap 4.
Well, he certainly is, Housey. He's closed in 7/10 of a second in a couple of laps. But that's to say, Noobie's got some good pace. Tommy's sending it. He's got 54% battery. Noobie's got 46 milli. Look at that, doing his thing in front. And 70% as well. So, well, I'll tell you what, Millie looking after that battery. And that's going to come in good stead as this race wears on. As
Kraken running wide on the top of Radian, sorry. Just caught my eye there.
That's all right.
Always a bit of a mouth, heart in your mouth situation, isn't it? When you have a snap there, whether you're going to die or whether you're going to survive.
Absolutely, mate. It certainly is. And, well, the speeds through there are phenomenal. And it would be amazing to be on that part of the track. But I digress, Housey. Kraken just, well, I tell you what, he's pushing, isn't he? He's pushing, but I reckon he's doing his tyres. No favours by that kind of aggression. Just want to take it easy, Crick, right up into Banana Cake Pie and get that job done, of course. I tell you, Banana Cake Pie will go long, T-Mac will go long, JC will go long. And this one will come to them as this race wears on, of course, towards the later stages, Housey. And we'll see where they all pan out. Johnny M4 up in the 10th, if you don't mind, mate. And Bopton has crawled his way back up to 14th. JC's gone wide. And Bopton is going to try to capitalise here, but he's just a little bit too far back. Nowhere to make the move there.
Yep. Blue Dog up to 8th now. Dino's made a mistake. He's dropping down the order.
He has to. Has he got no front wing? He's got no front wing, I don't think. No! He's got no nose, Housey, and, well, he's come off track there somewhere. Not too sure what's happened with Dino. He'll get that all patched up. What tyre is he on? Well, I'll tell you what. Throw the hards on and make it to the end, of course. And, well, they can do it from here, of course, Housey.
The battle's at the front here. Just to Tom now right on the back of Noob's gearbox. Noob certainly within range of Milligains 2, so going to be a bit of a DRS staller here, but Tom looking like he's got the pace with Noob at the moment.
He catches him right at the bottom of the hill. Oh, I tell you what. Tommy putting all the faith in the car, and he's got this job done, I reckon, here, mate. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And there you
Move
go.
sensible.
Well, that first
Doesn't
sector,
challenge it.
0.3 of a second better than he's ever been around there before. So he's got his foot
Okay,
down
cracking.
and caught right up to the back of Millie. Have a look at that, Housey. The top three within a second of each other.
Yep, Kraken just making a move on BCP then. Obviously those hard tyres for BCP, mediums for Kraken, so Kraken now up the road. OFB just getting past Matty as well, old footy bender. So good start from Matty, but shaking out a little bit now. Some of the other lads making waves past him, unfortunately, but still a great position for Matty at the moment.
Oh, and that's not going to help Kraken's cause, Housey. He just got a 3-second penalty for track limits, of course, and BCP will be licking his lips to say, keep cracking them, keep racking them up, Kraken. And, well, there you go. That's just inherited Matt's spot, of course.
Balls off the track. Struggling to get back on here. Oh, it's going to spin him round.
I tell you what, he's...
Unfortunately, he's paid the price for doing the right thing and trying to stay out of people's way. Just the grass there, lighten up the rears a little bit. So, what's Tom put on noob this lap? Half a second, perhaps. So, also gained on Miller gains. So, Tom's definitely coming for Millie.
Yeah, I think so, but
all the way here.
It could be.
Dawes is still there, though, isn't he? Dawes is coming back into this. P4 at the moment.
Dawes
That's not super tight, but he's coming back.
He does have some speed, doesn't he? Absolutely does. And, well, he's just... we've seen it so many times with Dawes. He's got great lines. He does everything right. Just sometimes I think he's a bit heavy on that loud pedal, and he gets those snaps that cost him big time. But so far, so good. He's really hunting, of course. I'm a noob in front of him. And Tom and Millie battle resume. Look at that, Housey. 0.2 of a second. And, well, nowhere to pass through there. Maybe Tommy is just sizing up Millie just to see where he's weaker. And where Tom's stronger, of course. And see where he can get this job done, of course. Through the second sector, very, very difficult. Yes, there's plenty of space around Belgium, but you've got to be extremely close to get. I'll tell you what, newbie drifting around there, the corner with no name, and which ironically has become its name, as well, he held on to that just nicely. Seen that in the background, Housey, a bit sideways.
Yeah, I think Matty just making a slight little mistake, letting Brad Tay and Verk through then. So Matty down to 16th, Brad Tay up to 14th, teammate up, Verk up to 15th. Dilzo getting a penalty, as we spoke about him. No! Not going to help, not going to help, but long way to go. Only lap 6, so again, this is a track, obviously, track limits can catch you out here. Just I think the fast nature of it, you want to try and take as much speed as you can.
Yeah.
Very easy just to drift wide or just to take a little bit too much of the apex. Oh, Tom locks it under braking into the second part of the bus stop there. Gives Miller Games a little bit of relief because actually he's pretty close to him then. Certainly on the hunt.
I'll tell you what, I was just paying attention to Bender and JC. Now, of course, JC being on the hard compound, the boys on the hard compound around Spa, of course, they're taking the pain early doors. It is so disheartening when you see the boys come flying past you on a softer, quicker tyre, of course. But their race will come to them. It's just something they've got to keep in the back of their mind. Keep on plugging away because it will come back to them as they go along and the guys in front stop earlier.
Sorry, the battle at the front. Oh, it's so close. It is so close. Really squeezed Tom there. Just about gave him the car's width, literally to the millimetre. They come through it unscathed. Milligain's got a bit more battery than Tom at the moment and was spending it certainly down that back straight to defend from the DRS assisted Tom. This one's going to rage on, I do believe, Skate. I think it's going to go all the way.
I think so, Housey. I think you're spot on. Well, Tommy caught up to him at all the wrong times. He has been so far, hasn't he? So he's just got a time to run a little bit better here, Housey. I think he will get the job done very, very soon. But, oh, he's got loose again. Oh, I'll tell you what, I'm a noob watching this going, holy moly, he's on the ragged edge. And, well, Tommy trying to extract everything out of that car as Banana Cake Pie caught right up to the back of Kraken, now just within 5/10, Housey. And, well, that gap is narrowing as well. So that's one we're going to have to keep on an eye on. And Verk and Brad Tay very close to each other now as well.
Yep, just going back to that BCP Kraken battle. That's the hards of BCP now starting to pick up a bit of pace. Obviously in a very good position here is BCP on the hards. First runner on the hards. Blue Dog having a cracking show here as well in 8th. Really, really solid from Blue Dog at the moment. Scotty a little bit surprising down in 9th, but still keeping on, to use your phrase.
Yeah, well, I think he might have had a bit of trouble off that start, off the start there, Housey, and just starting to claw his way back. He's starting to really catch, he's really starting to catch Blue Dog. Same with Bopton, as you did say. Yep, Bopton a couple of laps ago was P18. But lap 2, I do believe it was. He made a bit of an error and tried to come back on track. He waited for everyone to go by, and now he's worked his way back up into P11. Bopton, P11 from P18 a few laps ago, doing a great job clawing his way back.
Yep, indeed he is. Got some pace, obviously we know. Does the Bob podium last week. Great result for the lad. Certainly the first Group 3, to have a podium this season. Burke and Bradtay then, here we go. The position's going to change between the teammates on the Camel Straight. Does so. Bradtay doesn't put up a fight. Knows that there's no point. So, sensible driving from Mr. Bradtay, Mr. B1.
Well, doesn't he? He always lets the quicker driver of his teammates go by, and well, it's something he's been trying to stress to them all. Don't worry, lads, you don't need to send it. If you're the quicker driver, you get through, no problem at all. Of course, that's the experience of the man, of course. Yes, Brad Tay, been around for quite some time, doing his thing at the moment. And, well, Blue Dog, he was a bit disappointed with himself last week, DNFing for the first time. And, yeah, well, he said that he wasn't happy being on the other side of the standings. So he's trying to rectify that as we speak there, Housey.
Tom looking for a move up Milligains on the inside of the bus stop chicane. He's got it done. Noobs and Duels both still there as well. So Tom finally getting that job done as we start lap 10. Tom takes over the lead. And Milligains now under pressure from Noob and Duels. They're both right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is going to be
this is going all Grand Prix, I do believe. Yeah, Housey. I mean, unless Tom can really break the camel's back here, mate, I'm not too sure if, yeah, this will probably go on all Grand Prix. And, well, it's that DRS zone. It's just this part here where you catch right up. It just runs out of room. And just cancels each other out, of course. And let's pretty much follow each other through the next probably half a track, if I do say so, Housey. And we'll try to get that job done into the last chicane, as we've seen Tom have a crack at and successfully do against the Millie, of course. 0.5 of a second now. Newbie 0.4 back, and Dulzy 0.5 back. That's 2 seconds, Housey, in the top 4. Fury not too far behind, of course, being his last Grand Prix in a solid position in P5. And who is that further back? Excuse me, Banana Bender. Or has he just come out of the pit lane? He certainly has, on a brand new set of hard compound right behind Dirty Orange.
Yeah, Blue Dog as well. So Blue Dog and OFB pitting that lap. First ones to blink with the pit stops. M4 in as well at the moment. So there it goes. It's just starting to get rid of the mediums. Let's have a quick look, actually. We can do that. Let's have a quick look at the penalties as we speak just at the moment. Duels with 3 seconds. Kraken with 3 seconds, Banana Cake Pie with 3 seconds, Burke with 3 seconds, Matty with 3 seconds, Dirty O with 3 seconds, Dino with 6 seconds, struggling a little bit down there in P17, Johnny M4 with 3 seconds, so still a long, long way to go here.
Yes, absolutely, Housey, and well, I mean...
T-Mac, let's have a little word about T-Mac, shall we? T-Mac up in 11th at the moment, obviously started on those hard tyres, just trying to claw in your guy. But I tell you what, this is one of the drivers I'd certainly, personally, didn't know a lot about him before this season, but I've been very impressed with his driving skills this season, T-Mac. Very solid, very consistent, always there or thereabouts in that sort of 10 end of the top 10. Very, very good.
Absolutely. He started finding his form a lot more so towards the end of last season, and he's just kept that freight train going. He's cracking his box, which makes JC go up to P9, and we'll see these boys, the guys that started on the hards, as I did say earlier, Housey, their race will come to them. It will come. They've just got to be patient. Dudes, just keep clocking up those laps, and it will happen for them, of course, a little bit later on. Scotty finds himself in P7. He's a little bit behind Banana Cake Pie, but Banana Cake Pie in P6, 9.2 seconds behind Mr. Fury Strat. Now, we all know he loves an aggressive Strat. It'll be anyone's guess which way he's going to go. If he can make those medium stretch, I doubt it, but knowing Fury, a medium soft, but he wants a good result on his last time out, of course. And Dulzy doing his thing. He still hasn't let go, has he? Doing a great job is the Dulz, hanging on to Noob.
Yep. So we can keep it there all the way to the end, because needs a solid result, I believe, does Duels, to be honest. Got the pace, no doubt about it, as we've said countless times. The results not quite coming his way this season, at the start end of this season. So where is BCP now? BCP with these guys, I don't know how many more laps that these front runners will leave it.
Well, let's just check from the leader, Housey, of course. He is currently...
He's about 12 and a bit. 12 and a bit, maybe? Something like that?
Yeah,
I
he's
don't know.
13.9, nearly 14 seconds, Housey. So there you go. It's about 22 around here to do a pit stop.
Here we go then. Leaders are in.
Absolutely they are.
All four of them.
Fury has continued. He's probably going to go one more, I reckon. And, well, I'll tell you what, Banana Cake Pie, there he is there. 10 seconds behind Fury. He's gone in the pit lane as well, Housey. What is going on?
Yeah, that's early for BCP to be coming in.
Unless he's got a little bit of damage. Keep an eye on that, Housey, if he's got damage. But yeah,
no, I don't think so.
I don't think he does.
That halfway point, I think. The leaders
He's got damage. He's got damage. On goes a new front nose from Banana Cake Pie. We've missed that. And there you go. So that is the reason for the early stop. I was going to say, it's just cancelled out that advantage. All that good work he was doing at the start of the Grand Prix with the hard compound while everyone was on the medium just cancelled out, and that is unfortunate. But I'll tell you what, he's still in a good spot. Coming out of the pit lane on the medium in P30. There's Blue Dog just getting by. So P14 for BCP. Bopped it in P13, of course, and the Blue Dog up in a P12. These guys have all stopped.
Yep. Starting to shake out a little bit now with the stops. Can Fury make the most of this then? I think he was a little bit too far back, to be honest with you, to jump those guys ahead. Not to make any in-ground. It might make a bit of in-ground into him though, but we shall see come the end of this lap what Fury does. Bradtay still shadowing his teammate Verk down there in 10th and 11th.
Oh, I'll tell you, Noob was very deep there, but he's held on to it, and he's trying to hang on to the rear wing of Milligains, of course. These three in front, of course, Milligains duels have all stopped, as you can see. Fresh, hard compounds on these cars, and they easily will make it to the end. It's all about not losing too much time in this critical phase, Housey. Well, they're trying to make ground while the leaders, of course, have not stopped. Scotty and Fury trying to capitalise at this moment. It is an exciting time of the race, mate, because this is where the strat does play in. And, well, if anyone's got anything to say about it, I reckon it might be that Millie, of course, he's closing right up. He sees what's happening in front of him. There is Dulcie battling with Scotty, and this ain't helping Dulcie at all, of course. He's losing bucket loads of time. And, well, Scotty doing his thing, of course. This is for position. Even though Scotty hasn't stopped, it is all for position. And Scotty, there he goes there, up in a P2. Fury has boxed, Housey. Fury has boxed.
Yes, he's just exiting now, so he's going to come out right. Oh, it's right with a big snap of oversteer, but comes out in P6 then, just ahead of the tacos of T-Mac and Kraken.
I'll tell you what, Tommy has benefited from this, the pit stop round, of course. He's 2 seconds ahead of Scotty, of course, and look at how much Scotty held up Dulcie, of course. He still is, look at that. He's Scotty, the ultimate team man, or what? Putting that car in all the right places. And he's still got Dulcie behind. Unbelievable drive here from Scotty. And there you go. Well, even though it is a hard compound, even though they are only a lap old, there's still way more grip on them than 11 lap old mediums. And Dulcie gets that job done.
Yep. Milligain's next on the hit list. Close right on the back of him. Again, Scotty very good with his defensive work. Absolutely. He really is.
Yeah, he's
again
class.
Putting the car in the right place.
He's class.
Just about on the border.
Oh, I'll tell you what, Millie did not expect that. Millie's around! Millie's around! Oh no, 3 second time penalty for avoiding that. That's track limits. That is unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But there you go. Millie is around, down into P7. Wowee. And, well, Scotty put in that car. Millie got maybe a little bit frustrated. And around he went. Scotty in P3. And look at the solid job he's doing for Tom. Dulcie, I think it's just broken the monkey's back. Absolutely, 3.4 seconds adrift. And Scotty yet to stop, of course. Noob will inherit P3. There he is there. Just getting that job done by Scotty. And, well, Scotty would have a big smile under that racing helmet. What a job he's just done for Tom.
Yep, brilliant stuff. I think he's just on the fight back in amongst his teammates, so Kraken may well let him go. I think Milligains was just trying to get that move done as quickly as possible, obviously seeing Tom venture off up the road. Upton just got by Blue Dog in the bus stop chicane.
Well, if Kraken and Millie were smart, which they are, of course, they're going to use the DRS zone to their advantage, of course. Millie would not overtake it, get it done on that, just maximise the track, of course, maybe. And Kraken pulls to the right, and Millie will get this job done quite easily, mate. It's just the way to do it. Use the zones, use it to your advantage, and that's it. There you go. Kraken giving that spot up, and Millie, the quicker driver, of course. Now he can set his sights back on Fury, of course. These cars will go to the end. Millie, well, we've all seen what happened, of course. Just fell a few positions there at the wrong time, at the critical moment. Finds himself 1.5 seconds behind Fury, who is starting to reel in Scotty on those 12-lap-old mediums here, Housey.
Yep. Blue Dog and Bopton having a great little battle as well on this lap. Bopton's probably just got the pace, to be honest with you, but Blue Dog trying to sit on the gearbox of his friend Bopton.
Well, they're going to have to be careful of JC. JC's right behind Blue Dog at the moment on fresh mediums. These guys will, well, JC will have the purchase of the compound. He should get this job done. He should just have better drive coming out of these corners on these fresh mediums. We'll just see how this one pans out. He's all over the gearbox of the Blue Dog. The Blue Dog being all the wily old fox, goes defensive, takes the inside line. JC can't do much
Dino's
about
out.
it. Oh, Dino.
Dino's out.
Where is he? Where is he? Where is he? That could be safety
exit
car.
of
There's a full course yellow.
is it?
It is a full course yellow. And there he is there. Ouch. Quite easy to do. And there you go. Dino, unfortunately, out of this Grand Prix. Ouch, Housey. That would have hurt. That would have hurt. It is a VSC, folks. No, it's changed. It's a safety car. There's the dot right there. And, well, Tom boxing, brand new set of mediums, of course, and of course with the updated version of the game, you get 2 brand new sets of mediums these days, Housey, not like how it was at the start where you only got 1. You get 2 for the race, so these boys know it. They're going to maximise it. You see, you're probably going to see a lot of action. The guys on the hard probably get rid of that medium, and yeah, absolutely, absolutely crazy not to. Scotty going the soft. Scotty's going the soft.
Tell you what, I'll tell you, this is really, really hurt Duels and Noob. Really gonna hurt them. I think everyone else gonna box. Obviously they're only on 3-lap-old hards. However, with everyone else gonna be on the medium or potentially the soft, this could spell disaster for Duels and Noobs. They're P1, P2. They're sat behind a safety car, shaking their heads, no doubt about it.
Yeah, I think so. Look at the field, mate. Look at the field. Look at everyone behind them, up to Bender. Even Matty Ross has just come into the pit lane now. They are all on fresh, quicker rubber. So we've all seen the restarts before, folks. Behind the safety car, the hards just struggle, don't they? They absolutely do, unless they're kind of scrubbed, and they're not nowhere near that point yet. 3-lap-old, only done 2 laps under green conditions, and this last one obviously has been under safety cars. So, well, I tell you what.
I mean, I think.
It will be tough, Housey. It will be tough.
Yeah. It's giving up track position, or if I was either of those two, I think I'll be boxing at the end of this lap and taking the pain just to give myself.
No, I don't think so,
yep,
man.
I would.
No way.
I would.
I think you're going to lose too much, to be fair. Let's just see what the leader is.
Yeah, but you're going to come out. Lose that.
Well,
you're going to lose it anyway.
Yeah, if they were to box now, they'd come out probably behind Footy Bender, depending on how quickly Matty Ross can catch that pack. But they'll come out behind Bender easily, and yeah, that's a long way back.
It is a long way back, but we'll see. We'll see what they do. Obviously, they've both got the pace, Jules and Noob. They have got the pace, but how much more than the guys behind them on the fresher tyres is the question. Obviously, it's a open-ended question, really. Never know.
How long's a piece of string, mate? How long is a piece of string?
That's what I'm searching for, yeah.
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, I think it's all about your prep work, isn't it, behind the formation, mate? You've really got to prep the car, especially on the last lap. You know that maximum the safety car is going to be out for 3 laps. Depending on when the field and how quickly the field bunches up, sometimes it does let you go at lap 2. But yeah, it's all about the energy you put in, getting that car ready, getting those tyres in that right window so you can put the power down and get the grip so they don't spin up, and well, maybe get some heat into that brake pedal as well, of course, just to keep everything nice and hot, and so that when you do hit them, they do work and you don't lock up and go straight on, of course, and you lose a load of time, excuse me. And so these boys know this. They'll be putting a lot of energy into these wheels and brakes and all sorts of things, getting themselves ready, because I reckon next lap, after this lap here, Housey, I think the safety car will be in. We'll be getting going, and well, unless Johnny M4, how far back is Johnny M4? He should catch, absolutely should catch. Close. He should
catch him. So let's have a quick rundown then of position changes whilst we're under safety car. So guy with the most places at the moment is T-Mac up 8 spots into 8. Scotty doing a decent job, up 6 spots in 6th as well. I'd take Mr. B1 up 5 spots into P12 at this point in time.
Oh, you're kidding. Every time. Look at where they are again. Oh, the romance is real, Housey. It can't be. It has to be real. I mean, P12, P13 from these two. Oh my God, nose to stern yet again.
Yep, and they will be having a chuckle, I'm
Well,
sure.
I think
at this point in time.
Brad Tay, the way he's moving that steering wheel, knows exactly what we're talking about. And there you go. So I think they're, well, just tuned in ever so briefly during a formation lap, knowing they're right behind each other and thinking to themselves, oh no, here we go again.
No, I know what they'll be thinking. They'll be thinking, these boys in the commentary box will be talking about our love interest again. Maybe that's why Brad Tay was shaking his car. Maybe it was a verbal nod of, shake of the head.
Well, yeah, no. Quite possibly, mate. Quite possibly. As I'm still with him, and he's doing it again. And yeah, there he is. There. Yeah, I reckon he's got it on. He's absolutely doing it again. So we're getting racing very soon here, Housey. Just waiting for Johnny M4 to catch up. And I reckon.
Let's do the penalties quick.
Yes.
Shall we? Let's do the penalties because there's quite a lot of them. So Dools with 3 seconds in P1, Noob P2 3 seconds, Tom clean at the moment, which is good. BCP 3 seconds in P4, we've got Scotty 3 seconds in P6, Kraken with 3 seconds in P7, Vert with 3 seconds in P10, your guy with 3 seconds in P14, 6 seconds for Matty in 16th, 3 seconds for Dirty O down in 17th, and Johnny M4 with 6 seconds, and the safety car is in this lap. We're about to go racing. Game on!
Game on, sir. And yes, we'll sit with I'm a noob because, well, we don't give him any inkling on when Dulcie, of course, is going to go. And, well, these two folks, these two are brothers. They are brothers. And Dulcie be loving it ahead of him, of course. Noob was not caught napping. Not a bad launch there from Dulce. But Tom right up, of course, Noob's clacker. And there you go. What an exit. And, well, these boys are good at what they do. I'll tell you what, a bit of a twitch there from Noob. Tommy goes out, in, and thinks to himself, no, I'll just tuck right in. DRS will be available in a couple of laps. Whether he waits that long is up to him, of course, but he is closed right up on the back of Noob here.
Clean enough restart, I think, from everyone. All looking good towards the back, so certainly there's a long run to the finish now, lap 16, so we've got 6 laps left. Oh, Noob and Tom side by side.
They certainly are. Who's going to give? Who's going to give? They're both side by side, still side by side. Great shot of that, Housey. But what an exit from Tom around the outside. If you don't mind, gets that job done, slots into P2, and Noobie down into P3.
Yep, good move. Very clean from them both. B1, B2 are at it. Oh.
Well, Blue
They
Dog,
are at it.
absolutely they are at it. And a bit of a swap positions there. Blue Dog up into 12th, Brad Tay down into 13th. And battle resumed. They've got JC behind them, and JC on the inside. There you go, job done. And well, there you go, Brad Tay almost relinquishing that position. Oh, and behind that is Bender. Bender getting all loosey-goosey. Seen an opportunity. He thought better of it. I've seen that in the background, House. He was very close there to Brad Tay. Just backed out of it at the right time, mate. And, well, lives to fight another day, as they say.
Yep, so Tom now putting pressure on Dools, right on the gearbox, coming down into the bus stop chicane. Might go for this. What can Dools do in terms of defensive driving?
Yeah, I wouldn't think there's much on that hard compound.
I don't know, no, he's going to.
He's going to put it in the... Yeah, absolutely. But that is it. That's the purchase of the medium. Job done. Out of the corner. The power onto the road. Onto the track, excuse me. And there you go. Look at the exit he's just got. Gives Dulcie plenty of room, but he's going to get a good run coming down here, Housey. Of course, he just took that wide line, straightened that car up nicely, and away he goes. And it's the caliber of the man, Tom, doing his thing up into P1. And we should see him scamper off into the distance, mate, on that fresh medium. They will comfortably go to the end. But Dulcie's got a great slipstream here, Housey.
Yeah, Scotty looking for a move on Fury down over 5th as well. Just sort of levelled out. No, obviously no DRS at this point in time. Again, he's on the comeback to 7th. Just watching that battle ahead of him.
He certainly is. He certainly is. And what can Millie do? What can Millie do? Scotty's in front of him on the softs. They're going to die in a couple of laps, I reckon, Housey. Even though we did have a 2 behind the safety car, they don't last around here. The only saving grace is he's got a light car. There is barely any fuel at this point of the car, race in the car, excuse me. And, well, that might just eke out maybe 1 or 2 more laps on that soft compound. But Scotty, if anyone can do it, he certainly can. Sitting in P6, 6 tenths behind Fury. He's got Millie gains 3 tenths. He's caught right up, has the Millie, hasn't he? Right up, Housey.
Yep. So looking for a good recovery from that earlier incident. Opton creeping up on the back of T-Mac as well. 11th. Bopton looking like he's got some pace on this restart. Worth keeping half an eye on.
Yeah, absolutely.
At this point in time, after the safety car restart, always difficult where to put your eyes.
Yeah, it's very difficult. There's a couple of gaps that are almost identical, Housey, and it's the battle of choosing which one it is. And I think we'll stay with the front. Well, DRS has been enabled. DRS is enabled. So they're going to get it down. Oh, there you go, in the first sector, of course. And that is music to their ears, but it'll be a bit of a DRS train. Who is the one that's out of it, Housey? None of them. They're all in it. They're all in it. The top 7 are all in it, Housey. And yeah, let's just see how this one pans out. So I dare say we are not going to see many moves here. They should all cancel each other out.
Yep. Battery power is all pretty similar as well. Noob, one with the least out of the top 6-7 there. To be fair, Bopton's having a look at a move though. Does get that move done on T-Mac. So Bopton up to 10th. Blue Dog and your guy having a bit of a battle as well.
Yeah,
your guy getting that job done.
Yeah, finally gets the job done. He's been waiting. He's been patiently waiting, has JC, and just wanting to make sure he gets that car home, of course. And finds himself up in the P12, but that cost him a lot of time trying to get by the Blue Dog. Blue Dog knows exactly what he's doing, where to put that car, where to make it so difficult. He's been doing it for many years as the Blue. And JC finally getting that job done. Now we can focus on T-Mac, who scampered off in that short time, 1.5 seconds in the distance. And JC's got a mountain to climb from now.
He'll probably gain some pace. We'll see where he goes. Obviously, still enough time left in this one.
4 laps remaining.
Nice and long. Nice long laps. So Fury closing in on the back of BCP up there for P4 or over P4. Got one of the Toyotas having an issue towards the back. I think it's Dirty O.
Here we go, Fury on the inside.
The inside.
Absolutely.
Yep. BCP not giving it up. He's going to have a look at the switcheroo, is he? He's certainly having a try. Miller Gaines and Kraken having a bit of a look as well behind.
Well, as it stands, Housey, as it stands, Fury is currently on the podium with the guys in front on penalties. This is exactly what he wanted. He's just got to keep it all pointing in the right direction. Well, I'll tell you what, he's got no time penalties. And look at it all around him. He's surrounded by the lads with penalties. So he's going to jump spots, and the positions behind are quite safe, of course. Millie's the next one without any penalties, so he's going to benefit quite dramatically as well, Housey.
Yeah, maybe that could come back to Millie, actually, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
That
absolutely.
could save his races, for sure.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or spare his blushes, whatever you want to say.
Let's just have a look to see what everyone's on. So everyone ahead of him is all on 3 seconds. So Millie currently sits, 3 seconds puts him in the realms of Fury. Almost P3 at this stage here, Housey, where he sits. Oh, he's going for a move too! On the inside of Scotty, Millie sends it and makes it! What a move from the Millie. The defending champ gets the job done, says enough is enough. I know you're on the softs, but I'm sending it. I'm taking this spot. P6 for Millie. It's time for him to get his skates on, mate. I think he knows it. It's getting to the pointy end of this Grand Prix. Does not want to waste too much time behind anybody else. Wants to start making up some end grounds. Let's just see how the Millie goes.
Yeah, your guy getting a move done on T-Mac on that lap then. So your guy up into P11. Quickly move past T-Mac. Kraken now closing in on the back of Scotty. As you said, those soft tyres maybe
they're starting to fade.
Maybe starting to fade a little bit. Yeah, for sure. And Kraken the next one on the hit list. Take Scotty. We'll see whether we can do it, but again, like the gap's still pretty stable in front of him as well.
Millie Gaines all over BCP here as well. He wants a good exit. BCP on 3-lap older mediums, of course. And, Millie just biding his time, isn't he? Millie's BCP out of DRS, so this is going to help him on this, on the, what do you call it, the front straight housing? What would you call it?
The front straight,
that's fine, mate. That's absolutely fine. And look at this. Millie just knows exactly what he's got to do. He's just hunting, isn't he? Just hovering and hovering, hovering. Here comes the DRS, and this should be candy from a baby. BCP out of it. Millie in it, and that's how easy it is, folks. So Millie finds himself up into P5, so... Well, we make moves everywhere.
Kraken and Verk having a good little battle.
And
but Kraken's around.
Well,
just a little bit of contact.
Dools and Tom swapping positions as well. And there you go. Doolsy's still there hanging in there as well. And, P1 and 2, Tom and Dools, and Noob right there as well. And there you go. There was a bit of a quick change. Fury starting to creep right up to this battle as well. And as it stands, Housey, Fury finds himself in P2.
Yep. You shouldn't expect anything less. Johnny M4
No.
on a few little bits of trouble on this lap 2. No damage, but a little bit of spin for him back there. So unfortunate for M4. Down in 17th, I think. Just looking at the tree, I think Blue Dog got past his teammate there as well, T-Mac. So Blue Dog following your guy through on T-Mac. Blue Dog up to 11th. Solid drive from the lad.
Well,
T-Mac's not going to let him go though.
tell you what, we've got BCP with 3 seconds, Scotty with 3, Verk with 6, which effectively puts Bopton up into P6 as it stands here, mate. So Bopton, 2 weeks in a row, looking pretty good.
Yep. Sometimes that's the way it happens, isn't it? You pick
Yeah.
up one sort of really good result and then
You just ride
that
the wave
really
of
is-
momentum, don't you? You're like,
Yep.
you just
It's the
really try to
start.
keep on it.
Dude, I'm just keeping half an eye down the field. Gap between Matty and Kraken.
Oh,
Quite close.
Fury and Noob are side by side. Fury's going to get this job done. He has got the job done. And Fury slots up into 3rd. That is a great drive from the Fury. Started P6 on the grid and starting to carve his way through on the medium, if you don't mind, House. He just got the purchase of the grip of the tyre. And there you go, up into P3, net P2 as we speak. Dulcie's still shadowing Tommy, and there he is there. And Dulcie not letting go at all. He wants to be careful because he wants to hang on to that final podium position, of course. He needs to get a move on if he wants to do that, because the guys behind, of course, we speak of Millie and Fury. No penalties, and the guys around do. So, I mean, it's anyone's guess as Dulcie goes a little bit wide, almost kisses the wall at the corner with no name. And, well, that's allowed Tommy just to get away a little bit more.
Kraken and him, Kraken, I reckon, on the go for the fastest lap here.
Well,
Shut that.
Millie and Noob are side by side. Sorry, Housing, they are side by side. And Millie gets the job done. Up in a 4th. Oh, he's got a snap. He got a snap. I'll tell you what, there you go. And he's up in a 4th place. I'll tell you, what a great recovery drive from these two. Millie and the Fury, excuse me. And the same with Bopton, of course. Early doors took a bit
Yeah,
of a...
Bopton's really on it at the moment as well.
Absolutely.
He's looking for moves on Verk and Scotty. Scotty and Verk just getting a little bit tangled up with each other, not necessarily in terms of contact, but just tripping over each other a little bit. Got to look in the mirrors because Bopton is right there. I'm sure he'll look to try and get a move done on track. Here we go, look, they're fighting again. Bopton's just going to take the clean line back here.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus.
contact. Just cost him on the exit.
Well, they've let Scotty
Bopton
go...
needs to be smart here though.
They've-
Bopton needs to be smart and just say, nah, enough's enough.
Well, they've got to think
Unless
about it.
it's clear cut.
Scotty's on 8-lap-old softs. They've just let him go by just banging. They should have just focused on him and get it done. But it's very easy to say in the commentary box instead of behind the wheel, of course. But I tell you what, they let him go by those few tenths, and that could be enough for Scotty just to keep ahead of Bopton, of course. Oh, there you go. There is Verk getting that job done. Where is Bopton? He's trying to get it done. Has he got enough? Oh, it's going to be bloody close.
Yeah, he's got it.
And yes, he certainly has got it, Housey. I think those softs are dead. 8-lap-old softs. He's struggling a little bit. There's a couple of positions in a lap, and they were catching him for a number of laps there, Housey, and I reckon those softs are just about finished.
Yep, I think you're right. I think you're right, indeed. OFB gets a penalty then on the last lap. Now, these positions are going to chop and change,
They
I
certainly
think,
are, yeah.
a little bit over the line. They're going to give us a nightmare here.
I'll tell you what, Tom approaching Sector 3, and he's done his job today. Oh, Tommy. It was a bit of a scare at the start. He got bogged down off the line, found himself in P5, and he's fought his way back. Him and Millie were shadowing each other at the start of the Grand Prix. Verk gets another penalty, and that's unfortunate. He's going to drop down a little bit. And, well, the ones around that are clean skins, they're going to benefit majorly on this Grand Prix. Gaps are close, and they're going to jostle for position over this start-finish line. But Tommy is going to take the checkered flag. And what a Grand Prix from this lad. Just does his thing week in, week out. And an unbelievable race yet again from the lad. P1 from Tom. Well done, son. As Dulcie crosses the line in P2. Fury will get the podium. Beauty for Fury on his last race out. P2 from him. Millie P3. Bopton up in a P4. Housey. Banana Cake Pie P5. Noob down into P6. JC up in a P7. Oh, a better result for JC. He'd be pumped with that. And Blue Dog, well, we P8 from him. Dulcie P9. T-Mac. Top 10 again for T-Mac. Verk in P11. Brad Tay, his teammate in P12. Matty Ross, great result from him. P13. 14th was Scotty in the end. Kraken, did he get the fastest lap, Housey? Not too sure. Kraken will take 15th. Johnny M4 will round out 16th. Bender, well, there'll be Dirty Orange, then Bender, Dino, and the Masso. There
Yeah.
you go. And there you
Sorry,
go.
Bender.
Kraken with the fastest lap. So the old fastest lap of Dino stands by 0.5 of a second, Housey. And, well, Dino will be wrapped. He keeps his lap record around Spa-Francorchamps.
Indeed, so we lost 30 Bender on the last lap there, just on the, somewhere around Blanchimont. I think there was I did see it flick up, a bit of contact perhaps. Was it Gotti having a 5-second penalty?
Yeah, something,
I
yeah,
believe
seen that at the
contact.
end. Wasn't too
Just
sure.
see it flick up quickly, yeah.
I'm sure if there's anything untoward or unfair with the game, how sometimes it always does, the boys will sort it all out with their reports. But I'll tell you what a Grand Prix, Housey. And, well, the game has given the driver of the day to the Bobton. But we'll decide that one in the commentary box here, mate, as we do on a regular basis. But we'll just go through this running order, get the boys to spray that champagne, and hopefully, well, celebrate their long, hard day out at Belgium, of course. A bit of a sweaty one for some, of course. Yes, I mean, you're on the raggedy edge. Doesn't matter where you go, Housey. But when the gaps are close, I'll tell you what, it is unbelievable. Under the pump, sweaty bum time. As well, that's another P1 for Tom. Unbelievable. P2, great job from Mr. Fury Strat on his last race out. And Millie Gaines takes the final podium position. The fastest lap of this Grand Prix went to the Kraken. Certainly did, with a 1 minute 45.054. And, well, that is it. That is how they all shaped up at the end of this one, folks. We're going to go on a brief pause. We'll get our drivers in for an interview, and we'll be back with you in just a moment. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are certainly back. We've got a driver in the commentary box. Not too sure what the rest are doing. Yep, just a driver and our driver of the day, of course. Might as well start with the driver of the day. Well, the great man and I awarded it to the Blue Dog. It certainly did, of course. Started 13th on the grid, came home in 8th, penalty-free, and, well, had himself around some great battles there, Housey.
Indeed. Another solid drive for the man. And we talk of no other than Blue Dog. Blue Dog, driver of the day. Congratulations, son. Obviously, you missed me last week. decided to bin that one. But fight back this week, and we see it again. We see the love affair. The love affair was there with a bit of a battle, but you're getting the better of B1. So overall, brilliant result. You must be chuffed.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, at the start that was absolute mayhem. There were cars in front of me, like literally, like.
Oh, where's he gone?
Where's he gone? He's just disappeared.
Am I there? I just heard someone
yeah.
like, doo-doo. I thought that was me. No, there was cars spinning left, right, and centre in front of me, and it's like, well, I had a couple of close calls to, especially Masso up through. I think it's probably Radium by that stage, and that was probably the closest shave. And then just at the end there, I just missed Dools, and unfortunately for old boy, just collected him because he was like. I don't know if it was the inertia or what, but stewards can sort that out. But he was like moving backwards onto the track, so yeah. But anyway, happy with that. Had a good little battle for a few corners with with the Brad, and that was a lot of fun. We're having a good laugh, in chat. So it was good fun. I thought I would have done all right, coming in a bit early, but, I think it's always a way around this track. I think the overcut always, takes the cake, I think, generally. But I felt a bit way too slippy on those mediums in the first stint, and I just had to get off them, so...
Yeah, fair enough. Absolutely. I was wondering why you did box that. I was wondering why you did box that early, but yeah, it all makes sense now, Blue. But nevertheless, mate, another solid performance after last week where you wanted to make amends this week. You've done so, mate, and you've brought the car home in P8. Fantastic result. Driver of the day, Group 4 Taco Bell driver, Blue Dog. Well done, mate.
Awesome. Thanks very much, gents.
No dramas, buddy. I'll tell you what, Housey, they've started to appear, these drivers, in the commentary box, and they most certainly have. We'll start off with our third place man. And I tell you, what a recovery drive after making, well, I'm not too sure if it was an error. I'm not too sure what happened, but we'll talk to him about it. The Millie Gaines. Millie, P3 from you, mate. After that safety car restart, found yourself in all sorts of positions not towards the back, around about P7, P8, and you had it all to do in front of you. Just talk us through it, mate. What did happen in the end there? He's on mute. Millie, you're muted, Millie. Hello.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Actually.
That's all good.
But yeah, unfortunately, Scotty was my pit box partner.
Yeah.
Twice in a week now that I got the Toyota.
Yeah, I tell you what, when he was in front there and he had those old mediums before he stopped, he's just done a solid job for Tom 2 weeks in a row. I tell you what. Mate, absolutely. And it was great to watch, but, mate, it must have been frustrating seeing the boys ahead just scamper off on those new tyres, and you were just trying to pick your way through, and he wasn't giving you any glory, mate. No, didn't give you an inch, but in the end, he had to box, and you got that job done, and you could set yourselves on the guys in front. But, mate, good recovery from where you found yourself at that midway point, buddy.
Oh, cheers. I mean, I'll be honest, it was a pretty thrilling drive in the end there with that safety car finding our way through the field. It was quite a lot of fun making a move. Bit of a revenge mission as well to get past Scotty as well.
Well, I mean, Scotty doing his thing as Scotty does, of course. And I'll tell you what, Scotty, not here, but, very close to that driver of the day. But could only go to Blue Dog, of course. But you, P3, taking the final podium spot, Millie. And after, bit of a slow last week, of course. Last week, similar thing sort of happened around about the same point. You found yourself out of position and tried to make your way back. There just wasn't enough laps. This time, you were able to get yourself on the podium. Congratulations on a fight back, mate. That was mega to watch, of course. Started on the grid, P2. Come home in P3, so not too shabby at all, Millie, considering. And, you can set your eyes on Austria next week, of course. A sprint round in Austria. But another solid drive, Millie. Well done, mate. Well done. And, of course, you're not letting Fiery go, are you, mate? Not at all.
Not that easy. He's not catching
No,
up.
no, that's right. Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. So, well, we know Fiery does not do driver interviews, but, well, how's he? This man here, P2, been with me for quite a number of years, quite a number of game cycles, done his thing in this format. Arguably the team man of the grid, of course. Speak of none other than Mr. Fury Strat. On his last drive, of course, well, he's hanging up the gloves. The lad is retiring. Got some real-life scenarios happening in the background, and it was only going to be fitting that we got him in for a driver interview, regardless of the result. But he put the bloody thing in second spot, and well, congratulations, Fury. P2 from you, mate, and I know you wanted a good result. It's exactly what the doctor ordered, mate. Congratulations.
Yeah, no, cheers. I mean, it's a good way to hang up the boots and kind of move on to the things that are really important right now, and that's the family and my life outside of racing. Feels like a weird time because I've finished on the podium the last 2 weeks, so kind of dropping it at the top of my game like Nico Rosberg. So it was an enjoyable race. I kind of got to laugh at Millie's misfortune again this week. It was really good. I loved the fact that he started yelling in the chat that we were in, and I just kind of laughed because I watched him double stack as I come out of the pit. So that was really fun. But I've had a lot of fun here, and unfortunately, life gets in the way sometimes, and you got to do what you got to do. So it's bittersweet. I would have liked the P1, but Tom's world class driver. He did really well tonight and deserved the win. So. Yeah, I'll take the P2. Really good points for the energy, and can't thank those boys enough for the amount of work that they've put in just to make sure that they were doing the best that they could for me to try and get that team's championship. Unfortunately, I won't be able to see it out to the end, but I'll be definitely cheering them on in the streams and stuff, and they'll be around in the chats and stuff. But won't be on the grid for quite some time, unfortunately. But it is what it is.
That's exactly right, mate. And of course, we wish you all the best on your endeavours, my friend. But do not be a stranger, as I know you will not be. He'll be still in the server. You'll still be around, Mr. Fury Strat, just hanging up the racing gloves and the helmet for just the time being. Maybe see him back down the track, but we'll worry about that a little bit later on. But I'll tell you what, Fury, from me to you, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on board. Behind the scenes, obviously, you and I became pretty close, obviously, over the years, and you've always been there when I needed you, as in advice or stuff like that, as we do bounce off each other quite a fair bit. And all credit to you, mate. Thank you very much for absolutely everything, and hats off to you, mate. I wish you all the best in the future, and if you ever need anything, mate, you know where I'm at.
Oh, you're getting me choked up, man. Try not to be emotional about it. But look, you're welcome. It's the same thing I've done for a lot of guys, and reaching out to a lot of different drivers. It's been really cool to be as quick as I've been on this game, and being able to pass my knowledge on to a lot of guys that want to learn and want to get better, and happy to help anyone. And it's the same now. Like, I might not be racing, might not have a wheel to necessarily tell you how to do it, but I'll definitely give you the assistance if anyone asks for it. It's always who I am and who I'm going to be.
That's exactly right.
The rest of my life. So best of luck to everyone. Good luck, Millie and Fiery. They're going to really duke it out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think
it's going to be a really good battle. But cheers for calling all the races and doing everything that you do, Skate, and Howsey for the legendary stat man doing his Bible every week and jumping in the comms box. And to all the guys on the grid, I wish you guys all the best, and hopefully I'll be able to pick up the gloves sometime in the future, and I'll see you all again. Well,
you're definitely going to be missed, mate, and I'll just see if Howsey wants to say a few closing words, of course, to your good self there, Fury.
Yeah, no, just to echo what's been said. Obviously, top man, top job, always respectable, always toe the line, always fit in where you need to, and again, helping out other drivers, which me and Skate do know that you do, obviously, as the other drivers. Top quality from you. A lot of people, certainly on the grid or in other races, league races, can learn a lot from this guy. So congratulations on the time we spent together, Fury, and I wish you all your best, and no doubt we will see each other again at some point.
Yeah, definitely. It's not, as I said to Skate earlier, it's not goodbye forever, it's just goodbye for now.
That's exactly right, mate. Exactly right. And I'll tell you what a way to go out, Fury, on the second place on the dice, of course. And, well. Very, very good indeed, mate. Very good. Congratulations on a stellar drive. Thank you very much for absolutely everything. It's been an absolute pleasure and honour having you being a part of it. Of all my grids, doesn't matter where I've been And yeah, thank you very much for absolutely everything, mate. And I wish you all the very best, as we did say before. But without backing over that too much, of course, for you, because I don't want to sound like a broken record. Onwards and upwards, mate. All power to you, my friend. And as I did say just before, mate, and I do mean it, if you ever need anything, just reach out, mate. My DMs are always open. And, well, lads, if you ever want to get some pointers from a man who's been there, done that, done it all before, and, you know, he's a great guy. He's willing to teach anybody, as am myself, of course. And, well, just for the greater good, Fury, as we do say.
Yeah, for the greater good, and it was good to get the banana benders back on the podium.
Yeah. Yes, well, of course, yes. You donning the old race suit, the yellow and black, in memory of the banana bender car, of course, the Renault many moons ago. And yeah, we had a bit of a laugh before the race, reminiscing about a Canadian qualifying session. But no, it's all good. Thank God that never happened and around here. And that would have been quite amusing. But no, Fury, in all seriousness, thanks again. And I wish you all the very best in the future, mate.
Nah, cheers, mate. And yeah, if anyone ever needs it, my DMs are always open.
That's it, brother. That is exactly right. I'll tell you what, Housey. That's Belgium done and dusted. The 20th of February gone. Round 8 finished, completed, kaput. We're off to Austria next for a sprint round, the second sprint round of the season, of course, on the 27th of February. Same time, same channel. We do hope you can catch us then. But I'll tell you what, Housey, good place to end this one. From us, for now, we are Southern Cross Racing. Goodbye.